Hello and welcome to Unapologetic, the UK podcast on politics, news and stuff from a right of centre viewpoint. So it's just me on my own today, Steve, doing a solo one, and the reason I'm doing it is because I was rather impressed by the Attorney General, Geoffrey Cox's speech today. So as many of you will know, Parliament returned today after the landmark judges' ruling, and they were all out there giving it their best, but this one has particularly hit the headlines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play it along and then kind of stop it, and we'll have a little chat about it as we go. Well, I'll have a chat about it and you'll listen. Here we go.
This Parliament is a dead Parliament. It should no longer sit. It has no moral right to sit on these green benches, and whatever.
Well, you can see why people like it already, can't you? The way that he's approaching it. I mean, I think a lot of the country, certainly the 17 plus million people who voted for Brexit, and a lot of others, I think, who've come on side since, are watching what's going on with just horror, just aghast at the way that our democracy is just being torn apart. And the way that these Remainers continually try to find ways to frustrate something that is the largest democratic mandate that's ever been given in this country. And you can see the anger on Mr. Cox's face, and just listen to what he says. You'll notice he's looking at the Speaker to intervene. The Speaker takes ages to do it.
The House must come to order. We've got a lot of business to transact. There is a further urgent question. There are no fewer, I say, for the benefit of those observing, 5 ministerial statements. The attorney must be heard, and so I hope will lots of other people. The attorney.
They don't like to hear it, Mr. Speaker.
No, they really don't. I don't think the Speaker likes to hear it either. Of course, he's famously a Remainer himself and not immensely popular amongst what should be his own side, if you like, the Conservative Party from which he was elected. But I don't think he's been a Conservative for a long time, to be honest with you. In fact, there's a rumour that the reason that he is not standing against the Speaker or has decided to resign is simply because everyone's had so much of enough of him, they're going to break a tradition and actually stand an opponent against him, which wouldn't normally happen with the Speaker, but he's upset a lot of people.
They don't like the truth. Twice they have been asked to let the electorate decide upon whether they should continue to sit in their seats, while they block 17.4 million people's votes. This Parliament is a disgrace.
And I think that echoes what a very large number of people feel. I mean, even a lot of Remainers have just had enough of the whole thing, just sick to death of it. And I think it's so obvious that these people are not speaking, they're not really speaking from what they believe anymore. They've got themselves so stuck in this idea that we must not Brexit, that they will do absolutely anything to prevent it. And I just think, personally, it's really dangerous. But let's continue to listen to Mr. Cox.
Since I am asked, let me tell them the truth. They could vote no confidence at any time, but they're too cowardly. They could agree to a motion to allow this House to dissolve, but they're too cowardly.
And you can see the opposition are really upset. And I think the reason they're really upset over there on the other benches is because they know it's true. They simply know that the reason that they won't call an election... How long have they been saying, let's let the people decide, let's have an election? I mean, Corbyn has been repeating this mantra for years now. And then finally, Boris comes on the scene and says, all right, let's have an election then. And of course, they won't do it. And the reason they won't do it, they absolutely know they're going to lose.
This Parliament should have the courage to face the electorate. But it won't. It won't, because so many of them are really all about preventing us leaving the European Union.
Yes, that is exactly what they're about. All that they care about. They used to say that the Parliament was split, or the country was split, left and right, and then there were the people who just didn't care about politics very much. But now, Now the country is split between Remain and Leave, and most people identify Remain and Leave now. I mean, I've certainly found people that I didn't used to have a lot of political ground with, because we are Leavers, we're Brexiters, we have a lot of common ground. And I've found that people I used to have a lot of common ground with, it's no longer the case. And I think this issue has so polarised the country. And, let's face it, Leave won. We've got to resolve it so that the country can move on.
But the time is coming. The time is coming, Mr. Speaker, when even these turkeys won't be able to prevent Christmas.
And of course, he's exactly right. That time is coming. It's coming. Whether or not people like it, whether or not Remainers are going to desperately scream about it, Brexit is coming. They may be able to delay it. I hope not. I hope October the 31st is the end. But maybe they'll be able to delay it again. But let me tell you, it's going to happen. Brexit is going to happen. The momentum is there. The people have voted. Whatever they do, whatever they try and throw in the way, it's going to happen. And then I suppose we get ready for the next 10 years of them moaning and saying that everything is the fault of Brexit. I mean, they started that before Brexit even happened. But I thought Geoffrey Cox, what a brilliant speech. A lot of people have liked it. It's certainly getting a lot of interest in the news, and more power to him. That's the end for today for Unapologetic, a UK podcast on politics, news and stuff from a right of centre viewpoint. Please don't forget to like, to leave a comment if you enjoyed it, to subscribe and to ring the bell. Thank you very much.